confidence with one person on this show. There's got to be a real sleeper team in the NFL. Not just like,
that's
the Broncos.
That's the Patriots, buddy.
Patriots are not.
They are a sleeper.
Team. It's like an
Buddy,
underground music group that's like playing Madison Square Garden. Like, they're not underground. Meanwhile, another episode of Ceiling or Floor from ESPN's NFL Nation reporters. We took it and turned it into a scored segment as Coach tries to defend his title. But right now, of course, it's time for the most motivational segment in all of sports. Also time where we read some viewer mail. Christina went out to the post office. And I haven't been there, so I don't even know what it's called. Yeah. Small letter today.
It is small.
Wow. Yeah, it's small.
Saving paper.
Dear Wilds, love the show and the podcast. See, I told you guys. Did you see a competing podcast welcome a one-time country star who turned into a pop culture icon? Thanks, Don. I actually did catch that. And it got in my crawl a little bit. The one-time country star turned pop culture icon.
That one will be out next week.
That's a good one.
That's a really good one.
Is that a Taylor Swift album I'm holding?
Yes, it is.
You are Taylor Swift then. I know you didn't watch Brew, but that was Taylor Swift sitting there.
Oh, I figured that.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, good job, Wiles. All right, this is all quarterbacks and all young quarterbacks.
Oh.
I got to motivate the young generation because, young
There's
people
no
can
chance
be
you're motivating him. There's no chance.
Dylan Gabriel?
Yes.
I'm Dylan. I'm motivating you. Here's how. This is a great opportunity for you. Or it could also be your great undoing. I mean, it could be. I got to tell you the whole truth and nothing but. All right? We all know the deal. Shedeur went out there and was very good in his preseason debut. He's hurt. Kenny Pickett's hurt. We think Gabriel's going to play. I mean, he's still got the hamstring. They're saying it's iffy, but looks like you'll play and get the start against the Eagles. And look, you struggled mightily against them. At least it appears that way in these joint practices. 7 for 24. 3 touchdowns, but still 7 for 24. I don't know how that could be good. All right, I don't know any situation in which that's not bad. So you have an opportunity, though, to go out there and play well. If you play well against the Eagles, if you just play as well as Shedeur, you don't even have to play better, but as well as Shedeur, you're doing it against a better team, all right? And so that will shine brighter for you than even what Shedeur did against the Carolina Panthers. So you do have a great opportunity. Clearly the coaching staff seems to love you, and they've invested some things in you. So if you go out there and do your thing, this could be good for you. Like I said, great opportunity. Dylan, good luck.
I knew it.
I knew he wasn't going to say
That's our motivation. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. All right, the next one, Wilds' guy, Bryce Young.
Wow, is this a 5'10" and under list?
It might.
Kyler number one.
All right, Bryce Young. Look, here's the interesting thing. This year, for several quarterbacks, is viewed as this huge prove-it year, right? Caleb, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence. Some might even say Sam Darnold. Nobody's mentioning Bryce, to me, as a prove-it year. Sadly, Bryce, because people have written you off. They've written you off, which I cry foul to that. All right, I don't think you should be written off yet. You're too young, and you finished the season really strong. All right, your last 3 games, you won 2 of them, and you played really well. In your first 27 games of your career, you had a passer rating of 100 or more twice. In your last 3 games, you hit 100 plus 3 times. All right, so you are on the rise, my friend. And this year, you have better weapons. You got Ted McMillan, all right, the rookie receiver that everybody loves, the first-round pick. So you have better weapons. You're coming off a strong into the season. This is your chance to solidify yourself as a franchise quarterback. I have to give you both sides. If you don't play well this year, this will probably be the last year you're kind of viewed as that franchise quarterback or star, unless you have a resurgence down the line, a la Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, something like that. So, Bryce, Good luck. All right, at number 1, Caleb Williams, Knicks guy.
Yeah.
All right, Caleb, look, I know you were put in a bad spot entering the league because before you were even in the league, some people said you were the 6th best quarterback in the world, on the planet, knocking at the door of number 5. All right, so it was tough. But now is your time. And look, we know what this season is for you, how important it is. I'm just going to focus on this weekend, your first preseason game, your preseason debut against Buffalo, your debut in Ben Johnson's offense, all right? If you have a bad outing, I'm not writing you off. I'm not, it's not going to mean this season's going to be terrible. But the noise, the Bears fans, pundits on TV, a lot of people will go after you. So the noise will be bad because we've seen Shedeur Sanders and other rookies go out there. Who was Taylor McKee? What's his name?
Yeah.
Tanner McKee. Guys go out there and ball in the preseason. So if you look bad, a lot of people are going to hit the panic button. I'm not one of them, though. But here's what you got to do. Everybody can have a bad outing. You can be off a little bit. That'll be okay. But you can't be bad at the wrong things. You got to get the team out of the huddle. That has to be smooth. You got to look good at the line of scrimmage. Don't run backwards, all right? Don't take any bad sacks. Just those things. You have the talent and the ability to do all the extra stuff. We know that. But you just have to don't be bad at the mundane things. Let it run smoothly. And if your throws are off a little bit, fine. We know you'll get that together. So, Caleb, I do believe in you.
Motivational.
Go ahead and get it done.
More motivation.
That was
See?
more motivational.
I'm always going to throw in some.
And
Coach, did you like
good list. I'm a little disappointed though, Brew. Remember when you did your special list of who's popping, who's not in the NFC?
That's your guy?
Bryce Young was my guy. And
he was Coach's number 1 who's popping?
He was my
Number 1?
He was my NFC popping
my
guy.
bad.
So-
You
Who's
and Wiles,
popping list while
who's
I was-
making the league.
Yeah, you were
making
making the lead. I couldn't remember what it was. I thought it had
My
a little
bad.
old school. I thought it had a little old school to it. I'm going to shift gears to a coach, and we've talked about this situation and him before, and here's what he's looking at. So I'm going with Zach Taylor, and let's show what Zach is working with and the problem that he's got to overcome. If we can bring up the graphic, that'd be wonderful. In his 6 seasons, the first 2 games, he's 1-11. First 2 games, which is unfortunately the worst ever by a head coach. So even in February of this past year, he talked about the importance of changing the start. And so they've worked on different things, and they've tried to address it in OTAs, and they've tried to address it during training camp. And his philosophy has always been to not play the starters. And I went back and looked at the second game of the preseason last year, and the big announcement was, Bengals fans, don't be disappointed, but none of the starters are going to play. Fast forward, he's going to play the starters, which, look, I believe in that, and I think that's a good idea. But when you change gears like that, there is some risk involved. And what we've seen in the first week, Jordan Love gets hurt. He has surgery on his finger. Anthony Richardson got blown up, gets hurt. So there is a risk factor where if any of these superstars go out and play and get blown up, it's not going to be great. It's not going to be great. Philosophically, I agree with it. Philosophically, you haven't in the past. And kind of like Bruce says, good luck with that.
Look, I think that's a great addition, Cole. He clearly is under duress. And I'm glad the 1-11, look, it's somewhat of a Burrow thing, but it's mainly a Zach Taylor thing. Like, to me, that's one of those years Burrow wasn't even there. Right.
And
so it's more
was
of
in overtime.
Yeah, it's a Zach Taylor thing. And if they lose I think even one of the first 2 games, but let's say they lose both, Cleveland, Jacksonville, I think that could ruin the whole season. It's obviously been a tough, not just because you're 0-2, but your schedule's going to get tougher. I think the players, too, will be like, we tried something different. We've been talking about winning these first games, and then you lose, and then you still may not have Trey Hendrickson.
And with Cleveland, it couldn't be more radically divergent from a quarterback perspective, right? You've got Joe Burrow versus the situation they're dealing with in Cleveland
Yeah.
makes it tough.
Yeah, I mean, it is funny though. Cleveland has been to the playoffs more recently than Cincinnati.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean? Like with Joe Flacco
Yeah.
as their quarterback. All right, KW.
Well, it's 4:08:47, which means you have a minute and 10 seconds of just quiet peace. Maybe we can play some whales singing or some birds chirping. Because
sounds nice.
now it's down to 160
KW.
seconds.
KW, what are you doing?
Just enjoy the budless music.
You should have brought out your
relaxing.
piano.
Very
Played
nice.
your piano.
9:12.
KW.
What?
Will you please do your job?
I thought we had time. I thought it was.
We can fun.
Well, it's 4:09:23, which means whether you like it or not, it's time for the Sports Media Ombudsman, an early edition.
Only by 30 seconds. But I'm glad it's a little early because I do need some time to compose myself. for
Okay,
this one.
good.
Because this one hurts. But there are no sacred cows for the Sports Media Ombudsman.
No. Oh.
Colleagues, mentors, bosses. This person
You're
fits.
putting a boss on it.
I,
If you put the boss on the bud list, we're
I'm
gonna
putting one of my bosses on the bud list.
Oh, my.
My dear friend,
my.
my mentor, the GOAT of what he does, Colin Cowherd. He's my boss of the Volume podcast. Colin,
Our boss on one.
Cowherd, sadly stricken by what's been going around Chiefs derangement
I have
syndrome.
heard this.
So, very interesting. Not that surprising. Colin was doing his NFL predictions, and for I think the fourth time in the last 5 years, he picked a team not named the Kansas City Chiefs to win the AFC West. That's fine. Hey, listen.
Yeah, the Broncos?
No, so what? So we can show you who he had on August 5th. He had the Chargers first, the Chiefs second, Broncos missing the playoffs, the Raiders missing the playoffs. It was well reasoned. He also, formerly Southern California guy, likes Harbaugh, Herbert. They've always been, is this going to be their year? I didn't agree, but whatever. Rashawn Slater then went down, so he amended it.
Mm-hmm.
So one would think, okay, so he's dropping the Chargers.
Yeah.
Show me Collins post Rashawn Slater. How does that work? How does that happen? How does Rashawn Slater getting hurt make the Broncos better than the Chiefs? I don't understand it. So I tuned into the herd to watch to see his explanation, and instead, I'm treated to this gobbledygook from Colin about the Chiefs. Oh, let's be honest about Mahomes. He's been blown out in 2 Super Bowls. Explains why the Chiefs' dynasty days are coming to an end. Then a cool vertical video that Gianna of the Herd makes. The Chiefs' kingdom is crumbling. At Colin Cowherd. Guys, here's all I ask. Can we have more time before we write the obituary of the Chiefs dynasty? Can it not be when they are in the midst of the greatest 3-year stretch in the history of the sport? The last 3 years, they have been more successful or as successful as any team ever. They had no significant offseason losses. I understand that Geno and Pete Carroll came to the division.
I would consider a significant loss.
Oh, but they traded him.
You're lying.
I would. So I agree with you. I guess my point is, I think in the aggregate, they got better in the offseason than worse.
Sure.
So you know what I mean? They didn't have, Kelsey didn't retire.